They would bring the fellows out on the boats and load them onto the ship, and then we'd operate on them as much as we could. They would have frozen feet. A lot of them would step on mines. We did a lot of amputations, Plane dived on us. And I looked up and the mast was just coming over this way. I thought, I can't live. I'm going to die.
By the time the Allies marched into Rome in June of 1944, tens of thousands of American lives were lost. On Veterans Day 2000, the memorial's official groundbreaking took place. Only a quarter of the 16 million World War II veterans still survived. Many attending wondered if they would live to see the memorial finished. A massive fundraising program began.
It is time to say thank you.
Tens of millions in private contributions began to pour in.
It made me so happy when the contributions to the World War II Memorial Fund began to come in from school classes. And I thought, this is perfect, because it means that these young people are respecting what their forebears did.
But just as preparations got underway, new protests were raised about the memorial's location and design, and the nature of the approval process. A legal action was filed, and everything came to a standstill. J. Carter Brown, chairman of the Commission of Fine Arts, vigorously supported the memorial's location and design.
Nothing in our history is of the significance of World War II.
There were those who were given the opportunity to express their objections over several years. And ultimately, their point of view did not prevail.
Matters of design and matters of symbolism are also matters of the heart. And sometimes in the heat of battle, you let your heart lead the way. And the fact that the World War II generation is gradually dying off is important to getting this memorial built.
Congress agreed and halted all legal challenges. Construction on the mall finally began in September 2001.
It is a little overwhelming when you stand on that site and you see Washington to the east and Lincoln to the west and know that this memorial has to stand the test of time.
First, because of poor soil conditions, a reinforced concrete wall was installed down to bedrock to prevent groundwater infiltration. Following this, the old Rainbow Pool was demolished, and major excavation began. While criticism of the memorial continued, the commitment of the workers on the site intensified. Many of them had served in the military.
I'm a Vietnam veteran myself. This makes it great doing this one, though, because it's a veteran doing it for veterans.
It kind of all came home in the fall of 2002. They were driving piles, boom, 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 and it was like howitzers going off. All I could think about was the guys at Normandy and Tarawa and how they deserve this.
In August of 1942, American forces invaded Guadalcanal. This began a broad offensive, island by island, moving steadily across the Pacific.
Well, at that time, the life expectancy of a second lieutenant was 3 seconds if they got to the beach. Going in, the coxswain was standing up, and a 75 round hit him in the gut, and the rest of the guys had to swim or crawl to the beachhead. We were so close to the enemy that we talked to them, and we'd roll hand grenades at each other.
New Guinea is just about the end of the world, in my opinion. I didn't know what banzai was, and I asked the interpreter, I said, what is banzai? He said, that's to kill or to be killed. I said, uh-oh. My heart be beating so loud that I'd think that that was going to give me away. When they come in, they just keep coming in on you, all around the perimeter.
Our ships were all located off the Tarawa Atoll. When we landed on the beach, I lay with my back up against the seawall shooting movies of incoming boats and watching them blow up. On a piece of ground not much larger than Central Park in New York, there were 6,000 people killed and 5,000 were Japanese.
Every miserable island was a stepping stone toward the enemy's homeland. The memorial required more than 17,000 pieces of precisely cut granite.
It was a unique opportunity to design and build with big blocks of stones.
Most of the stone comes from quarries in South Carolina and Georgia. In numerous facilities, massive blocks of granite are cut and shaped into the pieces of an architectural jigsaw puzzle.
The whole plan of the memorial is based on segments of circles. We almost have no stone that is just simply a square stone.
Every piece of stone in the memorial has a number, and they have a numbering system so that we can keep track of production.
Early in 2003, the finished granite began to arrive at the site.
On the 3rd of February, we put the first stone in the memorial, and it was the balcony stone on the South Pavilion. It was a huge step for us. It was the equivalent of the cornerstone.
Now the puzzle pieces came together. An army of stonemasons swept in, and the granite pillars rose rapidly from the foundation. State and territory names were carved in each base. Only one World War II veteran actually worked on the memorial.
During World War II, I was a staff sergeant in the United States Air Corps. I was over in China. A lot of the pilots that crashed, landed, and burned, and they're still there. The veterans deserve this. Out of all the projects that I've ever worked on, this is my crowning glory.
The construction of the Pacific and Atlantic pavilions presented the greatest challenge. Their arches contained more than 300 tons of granite.
The arches had to be built of solid blocks. There was this issue of the enormous weight of the stone. I remember I couldn't sleep. I could not wait until the first arch was up to full height. And I must say, it came out fine.
By July 4th, 2003, the finished shape of the memorial could be clearly seen from high above in the tower crane. U.S. daylight bombing raids escalated in August 1943. There were more than 60,000 American casualties in the skies over Europe, with thousands more shot down and taken prisoner.
We were assigned to B-17 bombers. And I was in the BALCH. And when you're on a bomb run, there are no fighter planes. All there is flak. And you're flying in formation, and to see a plane just disintegrate. It's there, and then 2 minutes later, it's gone. And that's 10 men just gone. You never forget that.
My first mission had to be to the Ploesti oil fields, which at that point was the most heavily defended target in Europe, when all of a sudden we got a direct hit. And about 5 seconds later, then a tremendous explosion.